All right. As you can say, day in the life of being a father, just in my own way. These are my two beautiful children. As you can see, it's not the best, but I'm grateful. It's good enough to me. But better is coming. Dang it. I'm new to this, so forgive me. But I just want to share something with myself. I am a substitute teach for a living because it's while I'm at it's difficult to find jobs. My wife does something. She works like a night shift, so more like she moderates content. If I'm not mistaken, that's what it is. Yeah, she moderates content, so she works like a late night shift because it's hard to find people to work that shift. So I sub, but I can do it full time, part time. I work for this company called ESS, and yeah, I can just pick up shifts randomly. For me, I mostly pick up shifts with like special needs students, what you call special education, and yeah, I help with that some days. I work about 3 days a week, sometimes 4, and it's okay. It's not a dream job, but it's okay. I don't say it's not bad. Some days it's not necessarily difficult work, but of course, it's not my dream job. But most of the time, I'm here doing stuff for the girls, getting ready, and I can say it's for me. Shout out to all the mothers and single mothers or whatever, and even fathers, because it's not that I'm single, of course, but just doing things with my wife not here. Being for mothers who do this regularly and be on point with it, man. Most respect to you because it's not easy at all. Growing up, I helped out a lot with family members and being a service and all that type of stuff. So I have experience with relatives and young kids, but these are my children, and raising them, and especially doing stuff when happened when the pandemic, everything turned around. So it's been difficult, but we're gonna get where we need to get to. Well, what I particularly do, like you can, as far as with ESS, you can, in addition, I'm in Oklahoma. You can work at any school that's in your area. But specifically, I choose elementary, like I said, in special needs students, because that's what I prefer to do. I don't really care to work at the upper level, unless I need to, but I haven't had to. So that's what I've been sticking to mostly, because that's what I like. But I've been in the class once, and I just know in my mind, I don't want to sit still and sit and wonder what's the name all day. It's pretty boring to me. Plus, I'm pretty sure I'm on the spectrum, but I don't know. But I know my mind works in that way. I'm not hospital diagnosed. I'm self-diagnosed, but take that for what you want. But me sitting still in the class is just not gonna happen. I don't even care if it's for what's the name. That's super boring. And with the kids in there, we can move around however we want to. It's a lot of movement. I don't say not however we want to, but it's a lot of movement. Getting this kid to one class to that class, to dad to, making sure they eat, and even changing them, because some of them at the level that we're working at, some of the kids don't really say much, so it's difficult to. You have to be patient and communicate with them a certain way, and everybody don't do that. Even when I was taking the job, the lady was saying that people shy away from them, so that's what really made me want to go towards that. And then when I got in there, I was like, I like this. So I'm looking at what's going on in just regular classes, and it seems boring. So I didn't really care for school that much growing up anyway. Not that I say I don't care for education, but I don't think the two, even though you be educated in school, I feel like most of the time we put too much priority on making school be education. And you can be educated educated from anything, because you can learn at any time, in any from many different platforms from this one. So education is very important. Elena might tell you that reading is very important, but I don't think it's necessarily a linear path to that, and it has to be that way. We all got our own way of doing that, and in my personal belief, once you get to that point of understanding, you start to understand what you want to do or what you may consider want to do. Like even if you think about anything you watch, like I like to watch a lot of documentaries and studying people, or people who are so-called successful, or people who have been great. You always notice certain things end up, it'd be a pattern, and certain things be the same. People could even want to go a route where they want to be a basketball player, and then they want to change, or maybe they're a successful teacher or a successful businessman, and end up realizing they want their route and change. So if you really think about it, it really don't matter how you start off in life, as long as you keep that hero mindset instead of that victim mentality. Why can't you make a change and get where you want to? So right now, also what I want to talk about, but I just didn't know how to start out, is belief in self. I'm somebody who did not have high self-esteem, and did not believe in myself. It took me years to build it. Misunderstanding the stuff with family. And look at this one. See if I can like to do stuff off YouTube and stuff. And that one there. Those are my hearts, once again. To build belief in yourself, and to know you can get things done as possible, it just had to be built. But I feel like a lot of people put people down too much, and you lack, depending on how you grew up in your environment, you can truly lack understanding. Of course, now we have so much information that you can still be bombarded and not understand, but that's a whole different subject, I guess. But I just want to let people know that you have to care for you. You have to believe in you. You don't have to be evil to get ahead in life, even though we see everybody else doing it. I know for me, I've always had faith and believe, but I didn't know. Or I believe I couldn't know. And now, things, my mindset about it is different, even though I may have the things that I want right. I know they're coming. I don't put myself down like I used to. Like when I say I did not believe, like I hated myself. I didn't think I deserved to live. I didn't want to be around relatives. I was faking it. I was just trying my best to be a certain way, even though I went to church and whatnot. And don't get me wrong, I believe in God and the Creator. I do believe that that's used to exploit people, but that is even a whole nother subject for now. I just wanted to really share with people man, this is difficult. I didn't write in the script or anything. I'm just trying to speak and figure out where I want to go with this. To believe in ourselves, but don't stay divided. Stop letting this world fool us. And keep love ahead. And when I say love and be loving, that does not mean just accept and let anything. I know a lot of people say you don't have to love everybody, and I just don't believe that's true. But you don't have to let everybody be in your life. To set boundaries is a big thing, because that's been difficult for me as well, because not understanding, like I said, growing up in church and, thinking about the story of Jesus and how he always forgave and never believed in violence. I let all kind of stuff happen to me and didn't let boundaries happen, and had stuff happen to me as a kid. No different than anybody else. And like I said, I can get to that in another video, but I'm just keep it simple now that I was broken, and it could have been so many reasons. Not having my father around, not really knowing what I'm supposed to be, the man in the world that that doesn't really treat women a certain way, and not saying that men aren't treated a certain way, especially black men and black women. No offense to anybody else. It's how it's set up. That we need we need to care about each other and love and figure out how to come together and not let silly things divide us. And I'm really not sure how to do this, but I want to figure it out. And I want to talk to people and reach with people and connect with people that really want to get together and do things, you know. And I'm not saying that I was perfect. I know these things, since I know these things about me, and then pretty much there's other people that have went through some similar things, or even what you would say more severe, even though we shouldn't compare any things. The fact that you go through it all leaves all us with trauma. And we need all each other to get forward and get rid of that crab in the barrel mentality, because that's where they want us stuck at. Yeah, this took a lot for me to do this video, because I don't like people knowing anything about me, because people are so hurtful and unnecessarily judgmental, and that. But I have to do this and let you know that can lead to people pleasing and being confusing your kindness to being nice, and then end up turning out being an asshole and just saying yes to shit and resent people. And you store up that stuff in your body, and but they don't teach us that in our Western culture. That's mostly what they would say Eastern philosophy, even though we had ways here and they made us forget all of it. To let go of those things and protect your energy and say what you mean, but you don't have to be an asshole to say what you mean is extremely important. Man, I say a lot. I'm just tired of us being divided. I know everything ain't gonna be perfect. And people being unnecessarily hateful. And feeling lost and feeling discouraged and being depressed. And I know it's not unique to me, but I also want to let you know that you're loved. And I'm grateful that God hasn't given me, for some reason, I just never had a hateful heart. And my whole life, I've really coming up only hated one person. I had an auntie that used to beat on me and my siblings. But, as you get older and get more understanding, I realized she was getting beat, and that was the only way of being, because she didn't know how to. And my dad was missing in life, rest his soul. He passed away last year. He didn't have his father, so he didn't know what to do. And I'm sorry, I got a message. That's why he called me for. He didn't have any direction. So for me, to have these little ones means everything to me. So I'm more like a stay-at-home dad than what's the name, but I feel like it's the betterment of them when I can provide a better way. And I know God helped me see that, my direction and what to do, because when I was younger, all I loved was basketball, but you can't do that and not be competitive. I just love to play the game for creativity, because I'm an artist. I just love to create things and be curious and go down rabbit holes and feel like everybody else. Well, not everybody else, but I'm sure somebody will understand that. But I just never believed that it could be me, and I always stood back and not wanting to be seen and not bring attention to myself. So people looked at me and just thought I was funny acting or stuck up, and eventually you get tired of what's the name. When we moved when I was younger, I stayed in Michigan for a while, and then my mom moved, just because she got tired of being where we was at. It was a small city called Muskegon Heights. But we moved when I was younger, and I moved to Mississippi, and I was just different. So there was a lot of fighting. I used to get jumped on. Sometimes I didn't want to fight back. Girls liking you, and dudes, not knowing that, and me not believing it, or even girls picking on you, not understanding. There's a whole lot of misunderstanding that we grasped all at once. And it can really take a toll on you if when you come in from an environment, especially me being, black people, my skin's not as dark, so then I talk a certain way, so they're saying I'm not really black. Our parents having, not understanding because they didn't get it, so the emotional challenge was there. So most folks if you're lucky, your parents just knew how to provide for you. But I would get things, and now I feel like that's one of the biggest issues with everybody is they feel like people don't appreciate things, but it's because things don't matter. We don't care. We want connection, and we really want love, and we'll find it in any kind of way there is. And I really feel like that's what people doing nowadays, and it's not for their betterment. And it's just a lot of shit going on with us, and it's time for this shit to stop. And I'm not sure, but if anybody, you feel what I'm feeling, and I know people can articulate this shit way better than me, but I'm working on that. I'm working on communicating because I don't talk much to people. But thank God for my wife. She's been the best thing, one of the best things that happened me outside of my girls. And I couldn't be more thankful. But I just want to give so much to people. Especially I have some people that done a lot for me. And I just want to get that back. And I don't know how, but this is one of the ways I do. So I'm gonna figure out how to get that to y'all and communicate and tell y'all about how to believe in yourself and understand what I went through for as doubting myself, and at some point even contemplating of unaliving myself, and actually trying to attempt it. One day I was I don't really like to talk about that because if I ain't got a wound for it or something, it's like you just doing it for attention. So I don't really share that, but just to help, man. Your life is worth something. People care about you. Somebody needs you, But one day I kept feeling like I was messing up, and I felt like it felt like the weight of everything was just against me, and I couldn't do anything right. And I never heard anything about me doing anything good. I always hear about me doing wrong, and I just felt like I was a waste. That's what it felt like. So one day, I used to sit in my cars a lot, and just kind of, that was my place to just let out my feelings and thoughts and cry with others, because I was a sensitive person, emotional person, I guess they would say. But anyway, I think one of the days where that was it for me. So I was contemplating how I was gonna hang myself with one of my ties in my closet. And I didn't want to do it wrong because, I've seen people that try to unalive themselves, and they end up being brain dead instead of alive, or they don't do it right and their pain will hurt. So I was like, I didn't want to mess up. And so as I was tying the thing on there, really convincing myself I was going to do it, my little brother, who was about, I think, 5 or 6 at the time, opened the closet. And I didn't necessarily put it around my neck, but I had it pulled down, asked me what I was doing. And I just cried because I didn't even consider him or anybody. And I think that's the first time I actually look out to get help. And, my dad, which is a time which he will be considered, he's my father. How can I put it? Yeah, he's my father, but he will be considered my stepdad in terms because it wasn't blood, but he's the man that raised me, showing me everything. With my dad, he couldn't. And I don't hate him for that, my biological dad, but the father that God gave me that I'm so grateful for, was just, talking about how selfish it was and whatnot. But I think it added on to my shame, it made me feel worse actually, even though that's not what he was trying to do. But I felt bad because I didn't think about my brother, and at the time my heart went there, and I don't really think I had any love for anybody other than my brother. Or my heart was very shielded because so many things that happened to me when I was younger, but I'll get into that later. I'm not going to go into that. That's for another video. I didn't consider it, so it hurt that I didn't think about how to make my brother feel, but also I still felt the way I felt. And I wasn't somebody that would keep asking people things, and I just kind of would say and leave it to myself afterwards. But I still felt the same way, and I couldn't understand if these things are true. Why do I still feel worthless? And, I think at the time we talking about getting me help, but it never happened. And I just kind of felt that way going out. So eventually, I feel like most other people, I just pretended through life, just about doing everything everybody else does. Not entirely, but trying some stuff here and there. And it never fulfilled me. And I think that's where I actually went on my journey to actually build myself from nothing. But I couldn't see it at the time. So I just want to share with you how I got to that point and help people build the light and for them to show themselves and believe themselves, even if I never do it, that you got a right to do it. And I hope that if I can't inspire myself to do it, I can inspire you to do it. And I just let you know if you're going through something right now, you love. And if nobody else loves you, I love you. And if you look at this video, then thank you for taking some time out to look at this.